what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back. Our BTS Deep Dive continues, and we are going to be watching a video from Board City Magazine again. It is called An Introduction to BTS Discography from Chapter 1. I think this is going to help me have an idea of how I'm going to react to their music going forward. They have a lot of projects, not just as a group, but also individually. So I'm excited to see what they got going on in this video. This will be the third session of our BTS Deep Dive. So I'm excited, man. I'll have the original video in the description down below. Without further ado, though, let's get right into this. BTS, an introduction to their discography from Chapter 1. Let's go.
Introduction videos to BTS out there, but most of them introduce a member's journey, achievements, and personalities. This is very important information for new fans.
So I watched this one.
In this video,
back it up. I watched this one for sure. Shout out Taylor Marie, a guide to BTS members, the Bangtan 7. And the other video I watched from Board City Magazine as well. That was like a 20-minute vid. But dang, there's a lot of them, man. We might have to check some of these out. Let me know if y'all want to see that.
And personalities. This is very important information for new fans to know.
Captions.
But in this video, I will introduce you to their most important contribution, their discography. BTS's discography can be a little confusing to understand.
All right, so we got, now forgive me, I'm still getting the names down, but I think I'm getting better. So we got this is RM for sure. Jin. Jimin, Suga for show. This gotta be J-Hope right here, right? You see, this is where it gets tricky, man. I'm gonna say Jungkook and I'm gonna say V, because I think Jungkook has the tats, and I see like I don't know, is that his tattoo? We'll see.
Because it doesn't work like most Western discographies or even K-pop discographies. They have official songs, unofficial songs, tracks that are technically not songs, compilation albums, solo songs that are BTS songs, solo songs that are not BTS songs, Korean albums, Japanese albums.
You see, this is what I mean, man. It's kind of intimidating. If I go on Spotify right now and I see all of this, I'm like, dude, where do I start? Are all of these like exclusive albums from them, or this for a different soundtrack or whatever? Like
more. So I'll try to explain all of that. If you're already an ARMY, I hope this guide can help you understand the timeline of BTS's discovery.
What? How many albums is this? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. We got our work cut out for us. There's over 20 projects.
And maybe even
we might have to start from number 1, 2013.
And discover some songs you haven't listened to before. And if you're not a fan, I hope this guide can help you understand the basics of BTS's discography and eras, and find the songs with the genres you like the most. I won't spoil the songs for you. I will just quickly hint how they sound and what the themes are.
Alright, so no spoilers. Okay, so back here, school, transition to adulthood, youth. So it goes through, they have like these arcs. Self-acceptance, artistic, pandemic, so 2020, legacy, personal and artistic ideas. So are these like the individuals? Yep, August D, so Suga, RM. Hold on, what does that say? Indigo, I'm not sure. Is that still RM? I'm not sure. I can't really tell. J-Hope, this gotta be J-Hope. Yep. Okay, so Suga. Dude, this is exciting, man. All right, let's keep it going.
You can discover by yourself if it's something you're interested in. To start, BTS's music is currently in what they call a Chapter 2, which includes a variety of solo projects all promoted as BTS's projects, as well as new BTS songs with all the members. But since Chapter 2 just started and is still ongoing, in this video I will only talk about Chapter 1, because it's still so extensive that even fans can miss some of it. So
Dang.
This is...
Bro, look at all this. So they're in their second chapter, according to the narrator. So the second chapter would consist of probably everything past like 2022 3 or so.
BTS's story explained only through their music. BTS officially debuted in 2013, but it all started in 2007. Namjoon, who later became the first member and the
RM.
leader of BTS, started sharing his rapping and songwriting on online platforms around the age of 14. The oldest songs people could find of him were under the name Ranch Randa, and they go back to 2008. Later this year, Namjoon, who we know today as RM, started using the name Largo alongside Ranch Randa to unofficially share his songs. Participating mostly in collaborations, he mainly used samples of famous hip-hop songs to write his own Korean raps. He then performed these songs with other underground rappers. The majority of them disappeared from the rap world, but some became well-known rappers in South Korea years after. RM
kind of reminds me of like 6'7"
was called
Lil
Luke,
Wayne.
Supreme Boy, who was called Suprema, Zico, who was called Naxo, and Ugly Duck, who kept his name. In 2009, RM continued being part of collaborations, now mostly under the name Randa. This was the time when RM gained popularity in the South Korean underground rap
from
scene,
2008 to
especially
2013.
after the release of the 2009's second 94liners group rap. Along with other rappers, RM became part of the rap crew DNH. These songs from 2008 and 2009 were recognized by the rapper Sleepy, who told his friend and Big Hit producer P-Dog to check out the music of a talented underground rapper who was still in high school. After meeting RM, Big Hit decided to form a hip-hop group with RM in its center. This group was Bulletproof Boys, which they abbreviated as BPB. BPB had 3 rappers, RM, Iron, and Supreme Boy. As BPB, RM released Dreaming and 17 Part 1, and with the other members, BPB released Hook Gayo, Ashes, and We Are BPB.
Dude, he's got a lot of stuff going on, and around this time, he's a teenager, right? He'd probably be around like 15 or 14 or so.
Although BPB did not have an official debut, they featured on Love You Hate You by 2AM. This song is technically RM's first official song representing BTS. All the songs I've talked about before this one can only be listened to because of re-uploads, but you can listen to Love You Hate You in every streaming platform since it's officially credited to BTS.
Pre-BTS, so it has RM. I've never heard of Iron and Supreme Boy though, so that's interesting.
Rap competition, in which contestants had to use one of 4 tracks, 2 produced by RM and 2 produced by Iron. A 17-year-old named Yoongi decided to use RM's 17 track to audition, and he won the first online round. At the rap battle final, Yoongi landed in 2nd place with the songs Swagger and This. Although only the 1st place was promised a spot in Big Hit, Yoongi was invited to also join Big Hit and record the 2 songs he performed in the competition. In 2011, RM, still representing BPB, was featured in the pop song Bad Girl, which is still accessible on SoundCloud and YouTube, and the ballad Because I'm a Foolish Woman, which is accessible in every streaming platform. Additionally, RM unofficially released Glory as himself, enrolling with his previous rap crew DNH. During this time, there were many changes in the BPB lineup. Big Hit discovered the street dancer Jung Ho-seok and decided to make Yoongi, who we know today as Suga, and Ho-seok, who we know today as J-Hope, become part of the group alongside RM and the other
this is so in-depth, dude. I feel like it's like almost like a pop culture history class. This is crazy. So RM had some songs with some other gentlemen. Suga made a rap to one of RM's songs, and it's getting them connected. Okay.
Rappers. Up until this point, the group was clearly intended to be a hip-hop rap group, but Big Hit thought about transforming BPB into a hip-hop idol group with a rap line and a vocal line. The guy who won the rap competition against Suga was eventually not a fit for the group. The previous 2 BPB rappers were also not a fit for the group. The official lineup was RM, Suga, and J-Hope, but among the many trainees competing to be part of the group, either as rappers or singers, were Jin, who was street-casted, and Jungkook, who wasn't selected for a TV singing competition, but was called by 7 music agencies.
Dude, look how young he looks.
Decided to join the small agency.
He looks like he's 13.
a big hit because of RM's talent. This new RM Suga J-Hope lineup was abbreviated as BTS, standing for Bangtan
Bro,
Sonyeondan, which
this
is
fit right here.
Bulletproof Boy Scouts
So
in Korean. This technically new group unofficially released the
2007 to
original song
2012
Saturira,
coded.
which became a characteristic style for BTS's future songs.
So this is
After
when it
this
was just
song,
them three.
Taehyung,
So RM, Suga, and J-Hope, right?
who we know today as V, joined Jin and Jungkook in the trainees lineup. RM and J-Hope, representing BTS, featured in Lee Seung-gi's ballad The Song That Will Make You Smile, which he officially released in 2020 in every streaming platform and credited RM and J-Hope as BTS. In 2012, only a year before BTS's official debut, a lot happens.
Little
Many
dance
trainees
contest.
leave and a new trainee named Jimin joins. This makes the BTS lineup 8 members, but one of them eventually leaves, making the group a 7-member group. 3 rappers, 4
Hey,
vocalists.
who's doing
Are
that
eventually
pose? Who's doing the
named Jimin
freeze? That's gotta be
joins. This
J-Hope,
makes the
right?
BTS lineup 8 members, but
Oh, who's
one
doing
of them
that?
eventually leaves, making the
It was
group a
purple.
7
Who's doing this? It's gotta be J-Hope, right? That's hard to do, man. What? The B-boy era?
member group, 3 rappers, 4 vocalists. Around this time, Aaron composes more music than ever, and 2 events happen. Suga gets into a car accident, critically injuring his shoulder,
no.
and J-Hope leaves BTS. I'm mentioning these 2 events because they are reflected in BTS's discography. Suga's injury becomes the subject for some of his future songs. About J-Hope leaving the group, we don't exactly know why this happened, but he mentioned how hard it was for him to live far away from his family. In the end, Jungkook convinced J-Hope to stay, and RM convinced Big Hit to fight for J-Hope since he was a vital part of BTS. So as soon as J-Hope is back, he is a featured
he's like
artist in the Jokewon song.
he helps them all with the
He becomes
dances
the
the
first
most, right?
BTS member to perform on a K-pop TV show.
Dang, the outfit looks kind of like My Chemical
With the
Romance.
7 members we know today, BTS releases 2 adaptations of hip-hop songs with unofficial videos, A Typical Trainees Christmas and Let's Introduce Bangtan Room. Only 6 months before their debut, BTS unofficially releases multiple songs to gain people's attention, including adaptations of songs by DJ Khaled, Kendrick Lamar, Marcus Houston, J. Cole,
Oh, whoa. Adaptations, like remixes?
including adaptations of songs by DJ Khaled, Kendrick Lamar, Marcus Houston, J. Cole, and the most popular pre-debut BTS song, Graduation Song, which samples Snoop Dogg and Wiz Khalifa's Young, Wild, and Free.
That's cool. They did a lot of remixes. Cool. Dang, I haven't listened to Young, Wild, and Free in a minute. So we go out. That's where it's supposed to be.
BTS continues releasing unofficial songs and freestyles sampling tracks by Nicki Minaj, Common, Macklemore and Ryan Lewis, and T.I. BTS teased their official debut on May of 2013 with a debut trailer which was later called Intro Too Cool for School, and then officially made their debut with the album Too Cool for School on June 12th of 2013. This is how BTS albums tend to work in Chapter 1. They release 2 or 3 mini albums and then a full studio album. These 2 or 3 albums that have the same theme are part of an era or a trilogy. The mini albums can either be a single album or an EP, which have 2 to 5 songs. BTS's first album is a single album because it technically has only 3 songs.
So we might have to start off at Too Cool for School and go in order. 9 tracks? That's not that many tracks. This is probably like a 30-minute project.
This is common in BTS's first albums. There is an intro, an interlude, an outro, and a skit. A skit is not a song. It's usually a conversation between the BTS members that reflects the story of the album. Since these albums tell the members' thoughts and experiences, the skits show BTS's story and milestones. Additionally, some albums have hidden songs, which you can only listen to on the physical CD. Each album has a title track, which is the main single they are promoting that comes with a music video, and a follow-up promoted track, which is the second single or song that may or may not have a music video, but that they will perform on TV shows. In K-pop terms, it's a promoted B-side, and in Western music terms, it's a follow-up. So with that in mind, let's see the story of BTS's first album. Too Cool for School is the beginning of what is known today as the School Trilogy. All of the songs from this era are either hip-hop, R&B, or a fusion of both genres. The first song, We Are Bulletproof Part 2, is a continuation of We Are BPB with the old lineup. In this song, BTS do a continuation of We
RM, Supreme Boy and Jung Hun Chul. Oh. A continuation of
with
We
the
Are
old
BPV.
lineup. In this song, BTS reaffirms their story of how they became a group, how despite being young, they had strong music
Dang,
ambitions.
athletic.
This is what made them bulletproof. In skit Circle Room Talk, they introduced the theme of the album. After graduating, do they want an office
Just
job
handsome
or follow
dudes
their
from the
music
beginning,
dreams?
bro.
This is a transition to No More Dream, the
2013.
album's title track and promoted single. Its main theme was, of course, young people's dreams or lack of dreams and passion. Interlude is an instrumental transition from BTS's heavy rap side to their R&B side. The first R&B track is Like, a song about high school romance and social media. And outro Circle Room Cypher is a fun skit
Yeah,
in
we're
which
definitely gonna
BTS
get into this,
jokingly
man.
rap
For
battles each
sure.
other. The last two tracks are
Plus
hidden
the music
tracks, which means that
videos.
they are only part of the physical CDs. Path, also known as Road, tells their feelings during the years when the group was coming together and wondering what will be the end of the road. These concerns are expanded in RM's spoken poem Skit on the Start Line. All of these album's lyrics were composed by the rap line. After this, BTS explained their passion to perform in the unofficial song Born Singer, which samples J. Cole's Born Sinner, and it becomes one of BTS's
Born
most
Singer,
important
Born
songs
Sinner.
in their careers.
Damn, that's tough.
BTS's second official project
That's
is
cool
the
that they
EP
like remix like other people's tracks, like famous songs like I Would Know. That's cool, man. Born Sinner. That, oh man, J. Cole got some bangers back then, dude. Got me up all night. Tossing them in love song.
Oh Are You Late Too, which starts with a hip-hop intro performed by RM. The title track and lead single is N.O., a protest on how the South Korean education system turns students
Okay,
into
so it goes Too Cool for School into O Rule 8-2 and then School of. So that's the trilogy right there. Into School of Affair.
studying machines. Because BTS debuted as a hip-hop idol group, RM and Suga received backlash from the underground rap scene they were once part of. Their first response to the
yeah.
criticism was the hip-hop track We On, in which they affirmed that they will not pay attention to the hate. An example of their
No reason
determination
to. What?
is
Of
clear
course
in the
not.
skit Are You
Especially
Happy
if,
Now,
like,
an audio
the success
recorded
is
at 6
piling in.
a.m. of the members discussing their music path. This is a transition to the hip-hop song If I Rule the World. The R&B track of the album is Coffee, a love song told through coffee metaphors.
Oh, we're gonna need to listen to Coffee. R&B love song. We're gonna need to get into that.
Next song is BTS Cypher Part 1, the first of 4 cyphers performed by the rap line. In this first one, the rappers introduce themselves as the new kids who want to show their talents to the world. Attack on Bangtan, also translated as
They
the
also
Rise of
look like a
Bangtan,
dance
has
crew
similar
while they're
message, but
performing.
it
I mess
has
with
a
that.
funkier sound. The funny thing about this song is that it jokingly predicts their future success. The BTS members announce their arrival to the music industry and wonder what will happen if BTS rises.
Attack on Bangtan.
진격한다면 어떨까?
Bangtan.
The next track is the rap line's pre-debut song Satori Rap, now being officially released by the 7 BTS
Baldo
members
Gang
under the
Sang?
name Baldo Gang Sang. The
Baldo
last
Gang
track
Sang.
is Outro Love in School, the first song ever performed exclusively by the vocal line, which introduces the theme of the
Exclusively.
third part of the school trilogy. But before continuing the school trilogy, BTS released 8 unofficial songs in SoundCloud and YouTube. Beautiful is one of their most
Damn, we're gonna have to get into SoundCloud too. Oh my god, I haven't been on SoundCloud in a minute. Unofficial songs from 2013 to 2014. There's at least 8.
popular adaptations, and it samples Mariah Carey and Miguel's Beautiful.
Oh my goodness.
BTS also released 2 Christmas
She got all
songs,
7 of them
Perfect
trying
Christmas,
to
performed by
court.
Jungkook, RM, and other big hit artists at the time, and A Typical Idol's Christmas, an adaptation by the other 5 members not part of the first Christmas song. The last official part of the school trilogy was the 2014 EP A School Love Affair, introduced by the rap line. The album's main theme is young romance, and it has the hip-hop
10
rock
tracks.
song Boy in Love as its title track.
That is
In Skid
That was
Soulmate,
V, right?
the BTS members ask each other what the album's theme should be, and it introduces the next two R&B pop tracks. Where You From, in which the boy in love meets and starts talking to someone they like, and Just One Day, in which they profess their love.
Dang, the lovey-dovey album.
The last
Might
5
need that
songs
for,
basically
Valentine's
summarize
Day
the
next
whole
year.
school trilogy themes: dreams, identity, protest, determination, and love. Representing Dreams is Tomorrow, a song about following your dreams despite opposition from others. This track is an R&B hip-hop mix that works as a transition to the heavier hip-hop tracks. Representing Identity is BTS Cypher Part 2 Triptych, in which the rap line were the insults from other rappers with pride, showing that they have the abilities and
Started
bravery
as
of
a
underground
hip-hop
rappers,
group.
but the success
Hip-hop
of
idol
idol
group.
stars. Representing Protest is
Got the
Spinebreaker,
vocals in
a
there,
song
now
about the
they
way
just
past generations
a
made
group that can
today's
do whatever they
society
want,
obsessed with
'cause they're all
material
so
possessions.
dynamic.
Representing Determination is Jump, which showcases their perseverance in a positive, happy life. And representing Love is Outro Propose, the vocal lines R&B track about falling in love. After the release of these 3 albums, part of the school trilogy, the BTS members released some unofficial songs, including 95 Graduation, also known as Graduation Part 2, performed by Jimin and V, who were born in 1995.
More unofficial
Soon
songs
after,
in
BTS
2014,
released a
3
special
tracks.
edition of School Love Affair with the original 10 tracks and
Deluxe?
2 new R&B tracks. Miss
Yeah.
Right, which served as the title track,
This sounds beautiful.
and Like Slow Jam Remix, which is a jazzier version
look at
of their
RM's
previously
hair.
released song Like. Additionally,
Straight
they released
pompadour.
the instrumentals for 6 of the album's songs. Then
Oh my
Namjoon
gosh,
unofficially
what
released
was
Chun-Li
that? I thought there was only 2 extra tracks.
Slow Jam Remix, which is a jazzier version of their previous release song, Like. Additionally, they released the instrumentals for 6 of
Oh,
the album's songs.
instrumentals.
Then Namjoon unofficially releases Unpack Your Bags on SoundCloud, a hip-hop track produced by DJ Soulscape. Since Japan is the second biggest music market in the world, it's common for Korean artists to release Japanese versions of their songs. So BTS released 2 Japanese EPs that come with 2 music videos. These albums are the Japanese counterpart of the
And
school
Japanese
trilogy.
music
The
videos?
first EP is No More Dream, and it has the Japanese versions of No More Dream, Attack on Bangtan, and Like. Part of their Korean discography, BTS released So For More on SoundCloud, an adaptation of Pro Eras Like Water. BTS will later release another original
Goodness,
song titled
this video feels like an encyclopedia for BTS, bro. Like, we're 15 minutes in, and like, I feel like I've learned way more than way more about BTS than I have about artists I've grown up with. This is crazy.
For More. So to differentiate them, just remember that this 2014 track is an unofficial SoundCloud song. BTS then releases their second Japanese music video, Boy in Love,
Boy in
part of the
Love.
Boy in Love EP with the Japanese versions of Just One Day and N.O. This is the end of the school trilogy. We then enter the Dark and Wild era, which has their most ambitious project at the time, their first studio album, Dark and Wild. This era is still mainly hip-hop, but
Their first studio album. So those other 3, the first 3 were kind of like mixtapes. Is that fair to say?
it has a rockier sound and more rebellious lyrics composed by the rap line. To promote
Dyeing
this
the
project,
hair.
they released an album preview on SoundCloud, which remixes all of the album's songs. The intro What Am I to You, performed by RM, describes the relationship where the other person only cares about themselves. This theme is continued in the title track and lead single Danger.
Damn, back when skinny jeans were all the rage.
I call this era transition into adulthood because it expresses all those disobedient, angry thoughts and feelings young people have before entering adulthood. As BTS puts it in the follow-up single
Just
War of
edgy.
Hormones, it's the internal fight of one's own hormones and the negative effects they have on young people.
That's Jungkook, right? It had to be.
The first classic hip-hop song of the album
Sugar.
is Hip Hop File, also known as Hip Hop Lover, in which they thank 13 hip-hop artists for being the inspiration for their music. Going back to the album's theme, BTS talks
13?
about a relationship's inevitable end in Let Me
Is
Know.
Drake part of
These
that?
feelings intensify in a rainy day described in the jazz-centric Rain. BTS Cypher Part 3 Killer is probably the most popular cypher out of the 4. Like the title shows, this cypher is more aggressive and shows shows more determination and confidence than ever. The next track is an instrumental interlude with Jungkook's voice that serves as a transition to the pop, R&B, and alternative hip-hop songs. Could You Turn Off Your Cell Phone is pretty self-explanatory. It tells the consequences of the social media and technology obsession. Embarrassed or Blanket Kick, 24/7 Heaven, and Look Here are all pop R&B, and they are about falling in love and deciding to pursue
I do like the
love.
pop R&B
Second Grade
bag.
expresses their feelings of being in the second year of their music
A lot of these
careers.
albums
An
are not that
alternative song
long.
title
Like
is
they
So
haven't. There's
Formal.
no album that's like 20 tracks. It's all like 10 to 13 songs, maybe even 9 songs. So in this era, like this, I call it a popcorn era. Like a lot of people lose interest fast, so it's hard to keep people's attention because you got the phone, you got the computer, you got all these notifications going off. But the 9 to 13 tracks is solid.
A wordplay for Sophomore, which is also the title for one of their unofficial SoundCloud songs I talked about before. The outro, Do You Think It Makes Sense, is performed by the
14.
vocal line, which closes the album's love story in a sudden heartbreak.
spoke too
As
soon.
always, they released a Japanese EP with Danger as the title track, an EDM remix of Attack on Bangtan, and the Japanese version of Miss Right. They also promoted an alternative hip-hop version
I
of
did not know
Danger
Japan was the
titled
second
Danger
biggest
Mo Blue Mix,
market for
which
music.
features the Vietnamese-Australian singer Tan, who adds verses in English. Their next big project is Wake Up, BTS's first
13
Japanese
tracks.
studio album. The intro is a
Oh.
hip-hop track that sets the tone for the album, and the first original Japanese song, The Stars, is, in my opinion, the Japanese version of Path, not because they sound similar, but because they have the same hopeful view on ambitions and dreams.
So his Path is in a different project.
Next, they compiled new and old Japanese versions of their songs and released Like
makes
Part 2,
sense.
which is their second original Japanese song. This is, of course, a
Goodness, they had these
continuation.
boys working every year's a new project. And Grant, they're all this is 2014, so they're probably 16 to 19 range.
Of light, about romance and social
They're
media.
working
The
hard
last
in
two
their
tracks,
youth.
Wake Up and Outro, are R&B tracks that reaffirm the album's theme of taking action toward following one's dream. Before releasing the last promoted project of the Dark and Wild era, Jimin and Jungkook released Christmas Day on SoundCloud, and RM collaborated with the American rapper Warren G for the alternative
Nice.
hip-hop song PTD. To end the Dark and Wild promotions, BTS released a Taiwanese special edition of their Korean studio album with an exclusive Chinese version of Boy in Love.
Now Chinese songs too.
In 2015,
Speaking in
RM,
Mandarin,
who at the time performed under
singing
the
in
name
Mandarin.
Rap Monster, released his first solo mixtape on SoundCloud titled RM. The 11
Wow,
tracks
2015,
have aggressive,
now they're getting-
fast-paced
breaking
raps
off into
with
some
different
solo
samples
works,
and
okay.
adaptations of American hip-hop songs. The 3 promoted songs with music videos are the title track and the first single, Awakening, the second single, Do You, and the third single, Joke.
I'm not rock, I'm not funk, I'm not R&B or hip-hop. 아직도 뭔지도 모르는 애도 전부 다 파락윗바.
This mixtape tells his response to all the criticism he received for joining an idol group. RM points out that it's not wrong or disingenuous to make meaningful music designed for people to actually listen to. In the middle of the promotion
man.
of his mixtape,
What's
RM
the point
also
of making music
participated
that
in the
people like? If it's catchy and it'll go to the masses, you can make it meaningful, and then it'll reach as many ears as possible, bro. Doesn't have to be underground.
song and music video of Buku Buku with other rappers. BTS's next era is the
Sounded fun.
Youth Trilogy from 2015, in which they began telling a fictional storyline fans can put together by reading their album notes, HYYH books, the Save Me webtoon, and
Dang,
music
coming out with
videos
like their
part
own
of the
kind of
Bangtan
booklets.
universe, or B.
Is this where Jin is like playing the main character? I see him in some. Where is it? Is that him? I think that's Jin right here. Jin. Is that Jin? I'm not sure.
This trilogy also shows a new vulnerable side from the BTS members. The first part is the EP The Most Beautiful Moment in Life Part 1, also known as Hwa Yang Yong Hwa Part 1, shortened HYYH Part 1. It starts with an intro performed by Suga and visualized in the comeback trailer. The album's title track is I Need You,
Only
their
9
first
tracks.
promoted pop lead single, which helped them gain their first music show win.
This is like this true pop
The
bag.
intro, I Need You, Hold Me Tight, and Skid Expectation explore the dichotomy between angst and optimism, love and hate, and anxiety and fearlessness experienced at the end of being a teenager and the beginning of adulthood. The follow-up single Dope is BTS's first dance EDM song, and it represents an adrenaline rush of the celebration
dance
of
electronic
youth. Many
song?
attribute this music
What?
video at attracting the first significant wave of
I
international
kind of want to hear a little
fans.
sample. This is
Boys Will Fun is a
2015.
catchy
The
dance pop song
sound, that
that makes something clear.
sound.
This fun
Is
version
that around the time of the Harlem Shake? What year did the Harlem Shake come out? That trend came out in... What's it gonna say? Oh, it's a little before, 2013. This is 2015.
of them is
I kinda
still
heard that- I
them.
hear the
They're
horns
still
in there.
tackling social issues. They are still impacting listeners with their music, but they are having fun while doing so. This is the first official song in which the vocal line joins the rap line in the composition process. Converse High is the album's love song, and it uses references to shoe brands. Because Converse is a copyrighted brand, the
Converse
song's
High.
name is Lover's High for Korean TV shows. The R&B tracks are Moving On by all the members, and
they're all
Outro
wearing
Love Is
some
Not
Chuck
Over
Taylors,
by the
probably.
vocal line. These tracks talk about the feeling of nostalgia after the end of an era, the end of living in the place where they first met, lived together, and practiced together. The first album is the shock of moving on, the shock of entering
Whoa, what's with the
adulthood. These new
bills?
sounds are the consequence of opening up, of being more vulnerable. This doesn't mean that they stop being them. RM continues collaborating with his rapper friends in hard-hitting hip-hop songs, but BTS are different to how they started. This is why they re-record We Are BPB as We Are Bulletproof Part 1 with the 7 BTS members we know today.
Oh.
For the
Dang, got-
Japanese youth
Wait,
era,
was that in SoundCloud? Yes, it was in SoundCloud. So re-recorded that track with the full 7 instead of that original. Was it
For the
3?
Japanese youth era, they first
think it was
released
3.
an original Japanese pop ballad titled For You, and Japanese versions of War of Hormone and Let Me Know.
Damn, with the white.
This year, BTS starts participating in OST
Sound-
projects,
look like
which are
a
original
karaoke kinda
soundtracks
track.
for series or movies. The first member to release
Singing in
an
the karaoke
OST
private
is
room.
RM for Marvel's Fantastic Four movie. RM also features in the alternative
dropped-
hip-hop
he's on
ballad
that
You, and Jacob
soundtrack?
features in the ballad
Michael B.
One
Jordan
Dream
on
Come True.
Fantastic
Then
Four?
BTS releases their second EP, part of the Youth trilogy, The Most Beautiful Moment in Life, Part 2. If Part 1 is about the shock of entering adulthood, Part 2 is about the reaction, the
9 more
scary, lonely,
tracks.
frustrated reaction. The rap line introduces the theme of fighting against life's obstacles in Intro Nevermind. The obstacles are explained in the pop rock title track Run, which shows
Pop rock.
helplessness and longing for a
Hold
connection
up.
that doesn't exist. The next two songs use animal metaphors and R&B instrumentals to express fear. Butterfly is about the fear of losing someone, and Wailing 52 uses the lonely wail to express the fear of being alone.
Damn,
As
look
the
at-
BTS members
look at the group,
reflect
man.
about their
They're wearing
lives, they start reflecting
pastels.
about societies. They sing about their identities
kinda
with their
Black Parade
hometowns in Mars
fits.
City, and the inequality and unjust privileges of inherited wealth in Silver Spoon. With these songs, they start a new trend in their music. Strong social
A lot of
commentary
it,
in
they're the narrators describing the tracks, and like they have a lot of depth to them. It's not just like, throwaways. It sounds like, they really thought about what they were making. It's really good.
fun songs. These are pop songs or funky hip hop songs. Skid One Night in a Strange City is a conversation about the recent success. The vulnerable shift they had in the most beautiful moment in life, Part
Becoming
1, made them
not
tour in
overnight
faraway
sensations, but
cities like the capital
international
of Chile, the
phenomenons
strange city where they
over a few
recorded this
years.
skit. Autumn Leaves, also known as Dead Leaves, is about a person's effort to stay the way they are when they are demanded to mature. In a way, it's about clinging to childhood and youth. This conflicting relationship one has with oneself and others is unstable and addictive, and is predicted to collapse in House of Cards. parts.
This backing track, bro. House of Cards. Hold
The
up.
second Japanese youth album is I Need You, with Japanese versions of I Need You, Dope, and Boys with Fun. On the side, J-Hope releases his first solo composition, One Verse, on SoundCloud, and BTS makes their first 3 songs for commercials: an original RM composition for a coffee brand, a remake of Run
Kawa
for the shoe
Coffee.
brand Puma, and a collaboration with the rapper Jesse for SK
Wait, these
Telecom.
are all commercials, huh? Interesting. They're getting the, what do you call them? Sponsors? The deals?
The third Japanese EP has Japanese versions of Run, Butterfly, and a new pop song titled Good Day about their strong, lifelong friendship. The third part of the Korean youth trilogy is their first compilation album, The Most Beautiful Moment in Life, Young Forever.
Whoa.
This album has 2 CDs. The first CD has songs from Part 1 and Part 2, an alternative ballad version of Butterfly with only the vocal line, and 2
Part
EDM
1,
singles which
Part
show
2.
2 responses to the same struggle. Fire, a fun and catchy song showing a new level of BTS's choreography about carelessly living a travel life.
Songs from part 1 and part 2, right?
And Save Me, a tropical house
this is only
electro-pop
disc
song
1,
about
right?
escaping that travel life celebrated in Fire.
With some new tracks. Oh.
If Born Singer is BTS's first sentimental anthem, Epilogue Young Forever is the second one. This ballad is the trilogy's conclusion, a positive view
And
about
this
the
is
struggles, fears, and dreams of youth.
2016. What came
The
out
second
2016? I think Drake's Views came out 2016. I think Purpose, Justin Bieber's Purpose came out around that time too. Late 2015, early 2016.
He compiles more songs from Part 1 and Part 2 and has the full-length edition of the Part 2's outro, House of Cards, and Part 1's outro, Love Is Not Over,
This
now
is
with the
disc
7
2.
members instead of only the vocal line. There's also an urban remix and an electro-pop remix of I Need You, a ballad version and a dance rock version of Run, and an R&B version of Butterfly. So there's a song for every listener.
lot of
Before
remixes
starting
and
their next
mixes.
era, BTS continues making music for commercials. This time, they release, promote, and perform a choreographed
What is
dance of
smart?
family song with the group
By the
G-Friend
TV?
for a school uniform commercial. For
Oh,
Festa,
okay.
RM and Jungkook released the pop song I Know, and BTS releases an acoustic version of Young Forever on SoundCloud. In August of 2016, Suga releases his first solo
Dang, bro,
mixtape.
for all you armies, you guys were getting fed very well this whole time. Like all these albums, every year, new tracks, trilogies, SoundCloud, commercials. You guys are feasting.
August D on SoundCloud under the name August D.
Was
The
Rat
entire
Bag.
album is of course hip-hop with a hardcore rap style with underground influences, and it has August D as the first single and Give It To Me as the second single.
10 tracks.
Both of these
They
songs
love
are
that
his
10,
response to the
11
South
track
Korean
range.
underground hip-hop scene, accusing him of selling out for debuting in BTS. The intro is called DT Suga, showing that his new name stands for
Selling
DT,
out is
which his
crazy, dude. First of all, these guys are all like they're kids, like young men that are early teenagers. Like, how are you selling out just because you're making a certain type of music? And it doesn't even mean you just because you make a certain type of music doesn't mean you have to stay in that lane. You could always try to do something new. I don't understand that. That's crazy, bro. A lot of people always try to put you or something that they think they understand in a box, but it's like, bro, like, I don't know. I think that's a lot of immaturity there.
hometown
Crazy.
Daegutan, and Suga,
Like-
his name in BTS, all backwards. August D
A lot,
is
a lot of people are talented to do both. Obviously, this man can do both. If he wants to do underground, he can do underground. If he wants to be singing, he can sing.
Suga's
Dance,
alter ego.
dance.
This is what he explains to his brother in the recorded conversation part of Skit. 724148 is about his success and beginnings. 140503 at dawn has vulnerable lyrics over a minimal beat. The last has a
I wonder what
stronger
those
beat
numbers
with
mean.
lyrics about depression and self-hatred. Tony Montana is about ambition and envy. An interlude dream
Tony
reality works
Montana,
as an
that's Scarface,
instrumental
right?
transition for So Far Away, a song about dreams. To end the Youth trilogy, BTS releases the Japanese studio album Youth, which starts with the alternative hip-hop track Introduction Youth and compiles
Japanese,
old
though.
and new Japanese versions of the Youth trilogy. The new original Japanese song is Wishing on a Star, a happy hip-hop pop song about the future and hope.
Wishing on a Star. I immediately thought of Disney.
Only weeks after the end of the Youth era, BTS starts the iconic Wings era. These songs will become the first projects recognized by major American award shows, giving BTS their first American award show.
Now we're getting into recognition in the States. So this is gonna be interesting.
Attendance, their first American red carpet, and their first American award. So what exactly was this era about? The main project is the studio album Wings, BTS's first concept album about temptation and growth. To promote this unique concept album based in the coming-of-age novel
early
Damien,
20s,
BTS
right?
released 7 solo short films, part of the Bangtan universe, that represent the 7 solo songs that will be part of the album. This is the first time each of the 7 members had a solo song on a BTS album. The album's comeback trailer and intro track also follow the pattern from the previous full albums. RM did the intro for Dark and Wild, Suga did the intro for The Most Beautiful Moment in Life, so this time J-Hope did the intro for Wings, with intro Boy Meets Evil, a dark hip-hop song which explains the story of the album. A young man encountering evil.
Boy Meets Evil, is that a play on Bad Meets Evil? Who did Bad Meets Evil? Is that Eminem? Oh, it's been... This is a little fuzzy.
Once this man discovers greed, ambition, and lust, he explains this intoxication in the main single, Blood, Sweat, and Tears.
Jimin, looking very
The
very
solo
pretty
songs
boy
show
there.
a unique genre for each member, and of course, each member participated in the composition process of their songs. The solos start with Jungkook's Begin, a dance pop song in which he thanks the BTS members for bringing him out of his shell. In this song, he also opens up about his weaknesses. Jimin's solo is Lie, an orchestral pop song in which he shows the inner fight between his inner self and the persona the world knows. B's solo is Stigma, a neo-soul song about struggling with identity. Suga's solo song is an alternative hip-hop song about his first love, the piano he learned to play during his childhood. RM's solo is a reflection on self-love and acceptance. This is a hint of BTS's next trilogy. J-Hope's solo is Mama, a pop song influenced by gospel music in which he explores singing as well as his usual rapping. In this song, J-Hope thanks his mother for supporting him as he followed his dreams. This song connects with the album's concept by relating it to Damien's mother, Eva. Jin's solo is Awake, a ballad about the obstacles towards reaching one's dreams and inspirations. The next 2 songs are subunit songs. Lost is an electro pop song performed by the vocal line, which basically combines the themes of all the solo songs. Lost is about feeling stuck, lost, or confused in life. BTS Cypher 4 is the rap line's last cipher, which works as both a response to negative comments and a proclamation of self-love and confidence. This is the beginning of the hip-hop songs. Like I mentioned before, Am I Wrong is the song with a strong social commentary disguised in a happy, colorful beat. It's a hip-hop song, but it has elements from country music, and it has direct criticism against South Korean politicians.
Bro, nobody... If BTS got a country song, man, I haven't heard it. What? Or you said country influence, bro. I gotta hear that for sure. What? I like a little country, man. A little two-step, little swing.
Three Girls is also a happy song about the double standards women face in society. 2-3 is also about society and life, but it has a more positive view. A celebration of this positive conclusion is the dance pop song Interlude Wings. But the Wings era doesn't end here. Before releasing the next
Interlude,
Wings project,
this one's a
BTS
long
makes
one.
a song for SK Telecom commercial. Suga and J-Hope start performing a Japanese trot duet titled Otsukare, which will later be performed by the 7 members. Jin releases a Christmas version of his solo song Awake. B and Jin release It's Definitely You for the Korean drama
little duet
Hwarang,
between the
where
gentlemen.
B is an actor.
Oh, it's from a movie.
and
For
RM
sure.
releases an unofficial solo song titled Always on SoundCloud. The second project part of Wings is You Never Walk Alone, released in 2017, a repackage of the album Wings that come with 4 new tracks. The title track
a
is
deluxe,
Spring Day, a
essentially.
power ballad about loss and grief. The music video alludes to the tragedy of South Korea's Sewol Ferry. This song is so beloved in South Korea that it has been charting non-stop in Korean charts since its release.
We're gonna have to check this one out. Spring Day.
The album's follow-up single is Not Today, a powerful song about courage and breaking the glass ceiling. Outro Wings is an extended version of Interlude Wings, and the supplementary story You Never Walk Alone is an electro-pop song about staying together through hardships. This is the end of the Korean Wings era. In 2017, RM collaborates
how do they
in 3
choose
songs about
what
social
song
change.
to
The
do on
hip-hop
their
songs
tours?
Change by
They have so many. And how do you guys, if you go on their tour, how do you remember the tracks that they do? Oh my goodness. They got a crazy discography.
RM featuring the American
Insane.
rapper Wale, Gaja by the South
Wale.
Korean rapper Gecko featuring RM, and the pop rock song Champion by the Korean rock band
And
Fall Out
Fall
Boy
Out Boy.
featuring RM. The official end of the Wings era is the single album Blood, Sweat and Tears with Japanese versions of Blood, Sweat and Tears, Not Today, and Spring Day. For the 2017 Festa, RM and V composed and released
Festa
the
song.
acoustic ballad 4 O'Clock, and Jin and Jungkook joined Suga in a new version of his solo song So Far Away, part of his August D discography. BTS also participated in the Seo Taiji 25th anniversary remake project by releasing an adaptation of Come Back Home. This remake has a new music
Come
video,
Back
new
Home.
rap lyrics, and a new
Looks a little
pre-chorus.
rocky.
Then BTS starts the Love Yourself trilogy. These 3 albums will be their first historic trilogy, which will make them get recognized as the first group since the Beatles for getting 3 #1 albums in less than a
What?
year. This trilogy
Since the Beatles for 3 #1s in less than a year, is that what it
first
says?
group since the Beatles for getting 3 #1 albums in less than a year. This
Wow.
trilogy represents their journey towards self-discovery and acceptance. The first part is
They dropped this trilogy in between 2017 and 2018. That's actually insane.
Love Yourself Her, about the joy and happiness of falling in love. This theme is introduced in the album's comeback trailer, Intro Serendipity by Jimin, an alternative R&B song. The title track DNA continues expressing the dreamy version of falling in love. This song was BTS's official American TV debut, performed at the 2017 American Music Awards. DNA was also BTS's first song ever to enter the biggest music chart in the world, the Billboard Hot 100 at number 85.
Damn, look at the colors.
Best of Me and
When a music video is colorful like that, bro, it's just infectious. You just kind of want to watch more.
EDM song produced by
It's
the
nice, the
Chainsmokers
contrast
and
is
Dimple,
bright.
an R&B song by the Vocaline are also about falling in love. But Pied Piper shows some of the dangers of an excessive love. The rap line wrote this song with the relationship between BTS and their fans in mind. A skit Billboard Music Awards speech is an audio of RM's speech while receiving their first American award. This divides the album's love songs with the songs with stronger social commentary. Mic Drop is the album's follow-up single, which expands their message to the haters they used to give in the ciphers.
The Mic
This
Drop.
is the original version created by BTS, and it doesn't have a music video. They also have another follow-up song titled Go Go, which is the ironic happy song with deep lyrics from this
11
album.
tracks,
Go Go
not
is
bad
a
at all.
pop colorful song with a sarcastic message about this
So
generation's
relatively every trilogy is about usually like between 30 and 40 tracks, huh?
careless spending
That
as a
sounds
result
fair
of
to
the
say.
mistakes from past generations. The album's outro is Her, an alternative hip-hop song by the rap line which reflects the discoveries of looking for someone to fall in love with. But instead of finding love, they discovered a new version of themselves. This is the end of the digital version of the album, but the physical CDs have 2 extra tracks: Skid, Hesitation, Fear, a conversation they had right after winning their first Billboard Music Award, and C, an alternative hip-hop song which uses the sea as a metaphor for the road to success, full of hardships and disadvantages. As a single, BTS re-releases a remix version of Mic Drop, produced by the American DJ Steve Aoki and featuring the American rapper Designer.
And
Some
Designer,
of BTS's
bro.
lyrics were
I haven't seen
re-recorded
Designer in a
English,
minute. He kind of fell off these days, but at this time, because remember, I think Kanye dropped Life of Pablo around this time, but Designer got big off of what was that song? I got on Atlanta. I forgot what that song was called, but at this time, Designer was one of the hottest out for sure.
Was the version promoted to American radio stations. This version charted on the Hot 100 at number 28. For Japan, they released Japanese versions of Mic Drop, DNA, and a new Japanese pop ballad titled Crystal Snow, which follows the romance theme of Love Yourself Her and tells the story of a relationship affected by time moving too fast.
God,
BTS
Jimin's
then
vocals are
releases
so
two
tough,
commercials.
bro.
Coconut Chicken Song
And
for
Are
the
You
BBQ
Wrong, bro?
brand,
Jimin was sticking out to me too. That was beautiful.
and With Soul for the Visit Soul campaign. About their solo projects, J-Hope releases his first solo mixtape, Hope World, in which he explores his identity
check
as
out
regular
J-Hope's,
guy
man.
Jung Ho-seok and worldwide star J-Hope, who represents hope. The entire album is alternative
Hope
hip-hop
World.
with poppy, bubbly elements
That
and
album
visuals
cover looks
that paint
mad
the
iconic,
hopeful
not gonna
world
lie.
J-Hope talks about. Hope World serves as an introduction to the album's theme. In Piece of Peace, J-Hope explains how he identifies himself with his name. The title track is Daydream, which describes J-Hope's world
Only
as
7
a
tracks.
fictional
Mixtape.
scenario part of a dream. In Baseline, J-Hope explains his street dancing beginnings, and Hansang is his gratitude to the BTS members. Airplane is the mixtape's second single, in which J-Hope talks about his constant airplane flights and uses it as a symbol for his success.
That makes sense. Always on a flight.
The outro is Blue Side Outro, which is different from Blue Side.
I want to see
that
some
he will
J-Hope
release
choreography
3 years
videos,
after
not
this
gonna
one.
lie.
Blue Side Outro shows the scenery J-Hope painted in Hope World. This story will be continued in J-Hope's second solo project. Going back to the Love Yourself trilogy, BTS releases the Japanese studio album Face Yourself. Intro Ring Wanderung is an electro house instrumental which introduces the Japanese versions of Best of Me, Lots and
version, so
Tears,
it's called
DNA,
Face
Not Today,
Yourself
and Mic Drop.
album.
The album's original Japanese song is Don't Leave Me, a genre-bending pop anthem about a complicated
cool that the
relationship,
Japanese albums, they
which
make,
also
like,
serves as a
original songs
transition
for
from
them.
Love Yourself Her's theme of looking for love and Love Yourself Tears' heartbreaking theme. This song also serves as the OST for the Japanese series Signal. This album also compiles the Japanese versions of Go Go,
Damn, is that
Crystal
Arm with
Snow,
the
and
choke
Spring
on?
Day. The last 2 tracks are Let Go, a pop ballad with a similar message to Don't Leave Me, and Outro Crack, a continuation to Let Go and the end of the album. Before releasing the
Bruh,
second part of
Bora
Love
City
Yourself
Magazine. The fact that you got all this information down packed, dude. Big shout out. We gotta give a hand to Bora City Mag. This is crazy, bro. I'm like still kind of halfway in and like I'm dumbfounded with all this info right here. This might be the greatest, one of the greatest or top 5 BTS in-depth like videos you can watch to really know BTS, bro. It has to be. This is crazy.
and trilogy, they released You're So Beautiful for a lauded duty-free commercial. The second album of the trilogy is the critically acclaimed, universally loved, iconic studio album Love Yourself Tear, which explains the
Iconic.
pains and sorrows of heartbreak and separation. This theme is introduced in the album's comeback trailer, Intro Singularity by V, a neo-soul
Critically
song about a
acclaimed.
story of love and loss. This story is described in the title track Fake Love, which became BTS's
turn to
first
do the
top 10
intro.
Hot 100 song.
Top 10 Hot 100 song, the first.
The Truth Untold is a sentimental ballad by the vocal line and produced by Steve Aoki about the protagonist's heartfelt attempt to
Working
conquer
with Steve
fear
again.
and self-loathing. The next 4 songs are lo-fi, jazzy songs over a hip-hop beat that uses metaphors to explain the painful theme of the trilogy. 134340 uses Pluto losing its planet status as a metaphor for alienation. Paradise
what a
uses a
callback.
marathon
Pluto?
in contrast with a sprint as a metaphor for conserving your energy. Love Maze uses a maze as a metaphor for a complicated love. And Magic Shop describes a fictional beautiful place as a metaphor for the exchange of emotions between BTS and their fans' army. The follow-up song is Airplane Part 2, their first song with Latin pop influences, which works as a continuation of J-Hope's solo song Airplane, part of his Hope World mixtape. The second follow-up song,
Wow, that's
Anpanman,
cool.
is a happy
Follow-up
poppy
Airplane
song
Part
of the
2.
album, but it doesn't have their typical ironic message. Instead, it uses the Japanese cartoon character Anpanman to say that they will try their best to protect others, although they are not superheroes.
Anpan Man. Who is Anpan Man? Let's look that up. Anpan Man. Ooh, it's a little cartoon. It's like if Saitama was a super cutesy cartoon.
So What is the EDM track of the album, and it has a comforting message about hardships. The outro is the rap line hip-hop song Tear, which ends the album's theme in a darker reflection on love not being only about happy and lighthearted moments, like it used to be in Her, the first part of the trilogy. Before releasing the last part and conclusion of the Love Yourself trilogy, BTS celebrated Festa by releasing a Spring Day Brit Rock remix, which they perform at a music festival.
Festa's a type of festival?
Then, the most beloved unofficial song by the rap line. Then has the typical themes you will find in BTS's ciphers, but the lyrics are way more advanced and the beats have a traditional Korean sound.
Said way more advanced.
The last part of the Love Yourself Korean trilogy is Love Yourself Answer, a compilation album with 2 CDs. The first CD is introduced by Jungkook's solo song Euphoria, which talks about happiness, new beginnings, and discoveries about oneself. These themes are also present in J-Hope's solo song Trivia Just Dance. This compilation album's new songs include a new full version of Serendipity by Jimin, a new hip-hop track with jazzy sounds about love and humanity titled Trivia Love
means they're
by
like pulling
RM,
from different
a
aspects,
funky
but it
pop
still has
song
some
by Suga
new
titled
songs.
Trivia Seesaw, in which he uses a seesaw as a metaphor for the inevitable ups and downs
see.
of
So the
life.
purple ones are the new
Epiphany, a
songs.
solo song by Jin that serves as the album's comeback trailer and tells the conclusion of the trilogy. A literal epiphany about accepting oneself in order to truly experience love. I'm Fine is the follow-up song which samples and works as a response to Save Me, part of the most beautiful moment in life, Beyond Forever. The title track is Idol, a song with classical Korean instruments layered with African beats, which represents the ultimate celebration of self-acceptance and identity.
Dang, this looks. This
The
one
last
looks
song,
super
As I Love
colorful. Oh my
Myself,
goodness.
resolves the struggles expressed in the previous songs from Love Yourself Tear. The second CD compiles more songs from the trilogy and has rock versions
Insanely
of DNA and
saturated.
Fake Love. Stevie Aoki's remix of Mic Drop Without Designer that was part
Single
of the Mic
album
Drop
with
music
some
video,
remixes.
and a new version of Idol which also has a music video.
So
This
they'll release
collaboration
these follow-up projects, compilations, or single albums with like songs from the previous album, but then like some new mixes and whatnot.
Nicki Minaj
Okay.
charted at number 11
New with Nicki
on the Hot 100.
Minaj.
Additionally, Suga released a remix
Honestly,
of
that matches
Seesaw
her
and
aesthetic.
I Need You on
Super
SoundCloud.
bass aesthetic, yeah,
And
for
RM
sure.
releases his second solo mixtape, Mono. This project is completely different to his first solo mixtape that had aggressive, fast-paced hip-hop songs. Mono, on the other hand, has
RM's
alternative
second
R&B songs with relaxed
mixtape.
instrumentals and introspective lyrics represented in the minimalistic animated music videos. In Tokyo and Seoul, RM explains his insecurities and feelings of loneliness.
I like that vulnerability.
Moonchild has
The-
a
the
comforting
real- the
message
real
to
stuff.
feeling like an outcast. Bad Bye is sorrowful. All Good is pensive. Everything Goes is uplifting and hopeful. And the title track Forever Rain talks about depression and the fear of change.
Dang, I'm liking the sound of Mono.
BTS's third collaboration with Stevie Aoki is Wasted on Me, a future-based dance pop love song produced by Stevie Aoki
Oh.
and interpreted by RM, Jimin, and Jungkook. To promote this song, Stevie Aoki releases remixes
It's
by
the dude from Euphoria, or is it from Euphoria? He's an actor. I've definitely seen him before.
DJs and
Definitely seen her
producers
before.
Slushy, Cheat Codes, and
Of course,
W&W.
Hangover.
But it was the original version which charted at number 89 on the Billboard Hot 100. The last project part of the Love Yourself trilogy is a Japanese single album with Japanese versions of Fake Love, Airplane Part 2, which has a music video, the Stadium remix of Idol,
with
part
the
of the
music
physical
video,
CD
too.
only, and an alternative Japanese version of Fake Love. This is the official end of the Love Yourself
Alternative
trilogy.
Japanese
Before
version.
starting a new era,
Bro.
BTS enters their mini solo
How do
songs
they come
era.
up with this
RM
stuff,
features
bro?
and
You know, a lot of artists, you know, they'll drop like an album. You won't see them for years. These guys are dropping remixes on remixes, part 2s, part 3s, compilations, remix, EDM remix, Japanese versions. Like, what?
Drunken Tiger's hip-hop song Timeless, Jimin releases the acoustic pop song Promise, Suga composes and features in Isura's ballad song Request, V
Isura.
releases the acoustic ballad Scenery,
listen
and
to those
RM
duets
is a
for
feature
sure.
artist in Honey's Crying Over.
Oh, Hone. I've seen this cover before, but it was to that. It was a decently sized song. Location unknown. But I think I listened to both versions, the English version and I think is it a Korean version of it? Oh man, that's actually a really good song. Might have to do a deep dive on this project right here too. Hone.
You featuring Becca. In 2019, BTS enters their Map of the Soul era based on Jungkook's psychology. The first album of this era is the EP Map of the Soul Persona, which explores the personality one projects to others. This theme is introduced in the
now
concept
we're getting
trailer by
closer to the
RM's
2020s.
colorful hip-hop solo song Intro Persona. The album's title track is the funky pop song Boy With Love, featuring the American singer Halsey.
How old are
which
they around this time? Maybe
explores
like
happiness, love, and one's
25,
own
26?
persona. Boy With Love is also a response to BTS's 2014 song Boy In Love, part of the
Halsey.
School trilogy. Boy With Love charted at number 8 on the Hot 100.
Oh my gosh.
Microcosmos and Home are
Mess
pop
with that.
songs dedicated to their fans, and Make It Right is produced by the English singer Ed Sheeran about the desire to improve relationships and the world.
Make
Jamais
It
Vu
Right.
is a
I
song
love me some
interpreted
Ed
by
Sheeran.
Jin, J-Hope, and Jungkook, which explains the psychological phenomenon opposite of a deja vu. The EP's conclusion is a follow-up promoted song Dionysus or Dionysus, which uses the Greek god of wine as a representation for the persona concept. This song became part of BTS's most iconic live performances and choreographies.
Most iconic.
As a solo project, Jin releases the ballad Tonight, and BTS releases their mobile game BTS
Yeah,
World.
only people that have released solo so far has been at this time RM, Suga, J-Hope, and now Jin is releasing something. So now it's gonna be 4
And
of the
an
7.
original soundtrack album for this game with the song and music video Heartbeat, and the collaborations Dream Glow by Jin, Jimin, and Jungkook featuring the English singer Charlie XCX, A Brand New Day by J-Hope
Zara
and V
Larsson,
featuring the
she just
Swedish
dropped that
singer
album.
Sarah Larsson, and All Night by RM and Suga featuring the
Juice.
American rapper Juice WRLD. For
What?
Festa, Jungkook releases a remix
And
of
this
his
is
solo
like-
song
I
Euphoria.
think this is before Juice WRLD passed away too. So this is like Juice WRLD's. Hearts in my ear. Oh, girls are this is like during his prime, like when he was really popping off during all that first was it album or mixtape he dropped.
And part of the Japanese Map of the Soul era, BTS releases the music video for the original Japanese ballad Lights, part of the EP with the Japanese versions of Boy With Love and Idol. Then we
Nah,
have
these
more
songs are
solo
starting-
songs.
these
RM
songs are
features
hitting
the
right
Lil Nas
now.
X
Hold up.
remix of Old Town Road titled Soul Town Road.
They
V
made a
releases the ballad
remix with
Winter
Lil
Bear along
Nas'
with a music
track? No
video,
way.
and J-Hope releases an adaptation of Chicken Noodle Soup featuring the American singer Becky G. This is BTS's first trilingual song with Korean, English, and Spanish lyrics. Going back
Makes
to the Map
sense.
of the Soul promotions, BTS releases the alternative version of Make It Right featuring the American singer Love with a music video. To promote this collaboration, they also released an EDM remix
Damn,
and an acoustic
Love. I haven't listened to
remix,
him
but
in a
it
little
was
bit.
the original collaboration that charted at number 76 on the Billboard Hot 100. Additionally, Suga participates in Halsey's album In
He has like a
Suga's
lot. They have a lot of
Interlude, the last
collabs with
official-
artists like I was listening to at this time too. That's crazy. I'm just super late to the late to the boat.
Part of the Korean Map of the Soul era is the studio album Map of the Soul 7, released at the beginning of 2020. It's really unfortunate that this is probably BTS's biggest project ever, but the promotions were cut short because of the pandemic. This is still a legendary album that shows BTS's experience of being in the music industry for 7 years. Despite everything, it was 2020, the year when BTS started charting almost all of their songs on the Billboard Hot 100. This album shows
So this is a lot of people's
parts:
favorite album
Persona,
from them?
Shadow, and Ego. The album's comeback trailer uses the intense hip-hop song Interlude Shadow by Suga to show one's own fears, darkness, and shadows. These themes are also represented in Black Swan, BTS's first pre-release single ever. They released an art film performed by NN Dance Company and started promoting this song as a single before releasing the album or the official music video. Despite releasing this song on its own, Black Swan charted at number 57 on the Hot 100. The solo songs include the Latin pop song Filter by Jimin, while showing two sides of oneself, and the R&B song My Time by Jungkook, about growing up and how fast time passes.
It's cool that they have
Both
solo
of these
tracks
songs
in the
charted on the Hot 100
group
at number 87 and 84 respectively. The alternative R&B Louder Than Bombs and the powerful lead single On, which is musically inspired by marching band music, talk about BTS's fighting and hardworking mindset as artists
dressed like
and people.
greasers here.
On became BTS's highest charting song at the time by debuting at number 4 on the Hot 100.
The setting reminds me of the LA River, but definitely way cleaner looking.
The next two songs show two opposites. Ah or Ugh by the Rap Line is an aggressive hip-hop song about the world's anger and malicious actions. And 0 O'Clock by the Vocal Line is an alternative R&B song about staying happy and taking every day as a fresh start. Entering the Ego section of the Map of the Soul concept, we have Inner Child, a solo song by V about the story of reflection to his inner self. Friends by Jimin and V about the story of their friendship over the years. Moon, a solo song by Jin in which he uses the moon and the earth as metaphors for BTS and ARMY. And Respect, a song by RM and Suga about disrespect and hypocrisy. A conclusion to We Are Bulletproof
so
Part
many tracks.
1
How do they
and We Are
remember,
Bulletproof
like...
Part 2 is We Are Bulletproof.
I wonder how they
the
choose their
Eternal,
set
an
list.
emotional song opposite to the first two parts, which shows BTS's gratitude to their fans for letting them be a group for 7 years. This story is shown in an animated music video. The album's outro is Ego by J-Hope, a retro hip-hop song with Afrobeats about the Jungian concept of ego, the central part of one's consciousness that one is most aware of. This is the happy celebratory conclusion of the album. The last song is an alternative version of On featuring the Australian singer Sia, only part of the digital version of the album. Next, we have the solo projects released during the pandemic. RM featured in a powerful ballad Winter Flower by Yuna. Jimin and Jungkook featured in Love's pop song Who. V releases Sweet Night for the Korean drama.
Dude, that album, this album
featured
from Love, so good. If you guys have not listened to this album, bro, so good, dude. Oh man, I think he has a song on there, Canada. Fire.
Song Who. V releases Sweet Night for the Korean drama Itaewon Class. And Suga featured and produced IU's pop rock song 8, which won awards for Best K-pop Song, Best Rock Song, Best Collaboration, and Song of the Year at multiple South Korean award shows.
Oh, this is up my
Suga
alley.
also
I need
released
to listen
his
to that
second
one.
solo mixtape as August D, titled D2, in which he shares his
D2.
viewpoint on the contemporary world and the questions he has about society. The title track is Dechuita, which uses the sound of traditional Korean military music.
Dang, with the Kakashi scar on the eye.
This mixtape has collaborations with RM, the Korean singer Nihwa, the American singer Max, and the Korean singer Kim Jong-won. As part of the 2020 Festa, Jungkook released the jazzy R&B Still With You. And as the last project part of the Map of the Soul era, BTS released the Japanese studio album Map of the Soul 7, The Journey, with the new tracks Intro Calling, Outro The Journey, and the singles Stay Goal and Your Eyes Tell. These new songs have their characteristic sound from the Japanese discography.
OG tracks, I think?
The next era is the trilogy of English songs. BTS's songs meant to uplift everybody during the pandemic.
English
to reach bigger
songs, so the
audiences, they released these 3 songs in English. The first one is the record-breaking disco pop song Dynamite, which became BTS's first song to reach number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100.
Of course.
To promote this song, BTS released 2 EPs with alternative versions. The first EP was the summer theme
Their
daytime
first
version
number
with
one
an
on the
EDM
Billboard Hot
remix,
100
a tropical remix,
for
and a
being in the
poolside
game
remix. After this,
since 2000. Let's say their first album came out, what, 2013? Being in the game, so 7 years for them to get their first number one on Billboard Hot 100, and it had to be in their first English track, or I don't know if it's their first English track, but
BTS released the
a
best
track they
original
specifically
song for a
made
commercial the
English
world
for the
will
pandemic.
ever see. Ionic, I'm On It for Hyundai. Then, Max and Suga released the pop single Blueberry Eyes. To promote this
Hey, I
single,
remember
Max released new
Max
versions
Schneider,
with
right?
music videos with Stevie Aoki and another version with the American rapper Lil Mosey and the American singer Olivia O'Brien. Next,
Dude,
BTS releases the
forgot about
nighttime
Lil
version
Mosey.
EP for Dynamite with a slow jam remix, a midnight remix, a retro remix, and a bedroom remix. Additionally, they released a music video for a 70s remix
remix.
of Dynamite.
Ooh.
I really recommend listening to these versions because BTS performed these alternative versions in different TV shows and award shows, and the stages show their range as performers. BTS's next
sure.
single is a collaboration between Josh 685, Jason Derulo, and BTS titled Savage Love. This version with BTS reached number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100, making it the first
Jason Derulo, Savage Love. They got the remix and an instrumental. Okay.
song with Korean lyrics to top this chart. Because of the pandemic, BTS started a reality series titled BTS in
And
the
this is
Soup,
during
with
2020.
In the
This is
Soup
really
as the
like
original soundtrack.
TikTok really taking off around this time, right?
This time also gave them the opportunity to work on their next studio album, B, a project directed by Jimin in which they expressed their frustrations and feelings about the pandemic. This album had all of its songs chart simultaneously on the Billboard Hot 100. The title track, Life Goes On, became the first full song in Korean to reach number 1 on the Hot 100. The music video was directed by Jungkook.
Nice. Jungkook directing, what?
The pop neo-soul Fly to My Room by Suga, J-Hope, Jimin, and V charted at number 69. The soft ballad Blue and Grey charted at number 13. The skit is a conversation with the members' first thoughts after getting their first number 1 song,
pandemic album
Dynamite.
B.
The happy pop song Telepathy charted at number 70. The old-school hip-hop Disease charted at number 72. And the EDM pop song Stay by RM, Jin, and Jungkook charted at number 22. Dynamite stayed at number 1 for 3 weeks and stayed on the
Nice.
Hot 100 for
Dang, this
32
album was
weeks.
slapping
As
on the
Christmas time began,
billboards.
Jin released the acoustic ballad Abyss, BTS released a holiday remix of Dynamite, Jimin released his solo Christmas song
Holiday
Christmas
remix,
Love,
Christmas
and V released
remix of
his solo
Dynamite?
Christmas song Snowflower featuring the Korean singer Big Boy. At the beginning of 2021, the vocal line sang a cover of the song Jungle for a Coca-Cola commercial, and J-Hope released the full version of Outro Blue Side. This time titled simply Blue Side. As BTS gets closer to the end of Chapter 1, they release anthology albums which compile their most
All this in chapter 1 is insane, bro. I feel like this chapter 1 could have been divided in like 4 chapters. This is, well, I guess it's probably by the decade, huh? Because their first album came out 2013, I think, and looks like it's coming up to
iconic
2023.
songs over the years, which are not only successful but also tell their story in the music industry. But before BTS released their Korean anthology album, they released the compilation album BTS The Best, which officially wraps up their Japanese discography in 2 CDs. The first song of the first CD, which also worked as a pre-release single, is Film Out, their first Japanese song ever to enter the Hot 100 at number 81. The rest of the first CD, as well as the second CD, compiles their most iconic songs in Japan. Going back to their Korean discography, RM features In Don't by Lee Yeon. This is the second out of the 3 collaborations between them. The third one is part of Chapter 2. The second single part of the trilogy of English songs is the summer song Butter, which stayed at number 1 on the Hot 100 for 7 weeks.
Dang, did they go 3 for 3 on these for number 1?
The Butter EP has a house bass remix which has a music video, an electro-pop remix, a dance-pop remix which also has a music video,
Hotter
and an
remix,
instrumental
sweeter remix,
track.
cooler
For
remix,
Festa,
instrumental.
released Bicycle, and BTS performed new versions of their songs on their anniversary concert Master. These songs are a Korean version of their Japanese song Wishing on a Star, and a live EDM remix of Not Today. The third project part of the trilogy of English songs is Permission to Dance, which debuted at number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100.
They went 3 for 3. And I ain't gonna lie, I see why. The sound is fantastic, bro. I'm kind of want to watch those like now.
Was initially released in a single album with Butter, but it was also part of the single album Permission to Dance that comes with an R&B remix. Since they were technically promoting both Butter and Permission to Dance together, they released a remix of Butter featuring the American rapper Megan Thee Stallion. The previous year, BTS partnered with Samsung to promote their Galaxy phones. BTS were part of commercials using Dynamite and Butter, and even released their own BTS edition Samsung Galaxy phones and earbuds. Additionally, Suga produced an alternative version of the classical ringtone Over the Horizon. You can use Suga's 2021 and 2022 ringtones in Galaxy phones. BTS's next big single was a collaboration with the British band Coldplay, titled My Universe.
What? Dude.
With verses in Korean and English.
Do they have a collab with Drake I don't know about? Because they seem to have a collab with everybody, bro. Oh my goodness, this is crazy.
On the chart for 17
Coldplay?
weeks. To promote the song, they released Supernova 7 Mix, the instrumental, an acoustic version, a tropical remix by Suga, a remix by the Swedish duo Galantis, and a remix by the French DJ David Guetta. For the TV drama Jirisan, Jin released the sentimental ballad Yours. To officially end the promotion of Butter, they released a holiday remix of Butter. This is the last project part of the trilogy of English songs. Then we enter a small era of solo projects. Jin
Out
releases
of 3 songs they made, they dropped like a plethora of remixes and side stuff for it. That's crazy. So out of 3 songs, it came out like 20 other tracks. That's crazy.
Fan song Super Tuna about his love for fishing. Suga participates on Juice WRLD's second posthumous album by featuring in the song Girl of My Dreams, and V releases the ballad Christmas Tree for the soundtrack of the Korean drama Our Beloved Summer. In 2022, Jungkook releases Stay Alive, produced by Suga, with a music video by the 7 BTS members for their webtoon 7 Fates Chakko. Jimmy releases With You with the Korean singer Ha Sung-woon for the K-drama Our Blues, and Suga produces and features in That by the Korean singer Psy. The last project part of Chapter 1 is the anthology BTS album Proof. This album compiles the most important songs of BTS's career in 3 CDs. Their first CD has their 19 most significant singles. The first song is the unofficial adaptation of Born Singer, which they released on SoundCloud on 2013. But this time, they bought the rights to use the sample
19 of their most significant singles
from J. Cole and officially release it as a BTS song. The other singles are No More Dream, N.O., Boy in Love, Danger, I Need You, Run, Fire, Blood, Sweat and Tears, Spring Day, DNA, Fake Love, Idol, Boy with Love, On, Dynamite, Life Goes On, Butter, and the new single Yet to Come, in which they thank their fans for all the years of support and promise to bring even better music in their next chapter as BTS. The second CD compiled the 15 most representative solo and subunit songs. The first song is a new song by the 7 members titled Run BTS, a reference to their Variety web series.
Run BTS. I was thinking, I feel like I've heard that name before.
The other songs are RM's Persona, Stay, Jin's Moon, Jamevu, Suga's Seesaw, the rap lines Cypher 3, J-Hope's Ego, the rap lines Her, Jimmy's Filter, Friends, V's Singularity, the vocal lines 0 O'Clock, Jungkook's Euphoria, and the vocal lines Dimple. The third and last CD of Proof has 14 songs. 13 of them are only available on the physical CD. This third CD compiles demo versions, songs that were never released, such as Young
CD
Love in quotation mark, an instrumental version, an a cappella version, and the new song For You.
Get people to go to the store and cop.
This is the only song from the third CD which you can listen to on streaming platforms.
What's that last part she said?
Third CD, which you can listen to on streaming platforms.
Streaming platforms.
This is the official end of BTS's Chapter 1. Chapter 2 is still ongoing and it has solo songs, solo albums, subunit songs, and songs still
Chapter 2 is ongoing. Dang, so Chapter 2 starts in 2022. Chapter 1 ends around 2021, 2022. Dang. So the narrator talked about all these projects in Chapter 1, and we still got Chapter 2, and it's ongoing, and now it's continuing with Arirang, and these are, let's see, we got Jungkook song, J-Hope, another album, Suga song, I think. Some single, commercial. Jungkook's been active. FIFA soundtrack, what? Another album from RM. Is this his latest? Probably. And singles with Charlie Puth.
And it has solo songs, solo albums, subunit songs, and songs with the 7 members. So
yep, August D album. Taeyong, Jimin. Sheesh, dude. Jungkook solo album, V solo album. Bro, I'm excited to check out Jungkook and V's, not gonna lie. But I'm still kind of getting the hang of it. Okay, so Jungkook, obviously, tattoos. And then V, very clean. Okay. Sheesh, brother.
So let me know in the comment section if you learned anything new today.
Dog, look at this. They went through all of this. Whoo. We got our work cut out for us, but I'm excited, man. It's cool to experience like a different kind of niche and record it, man, because you never really know what you're gonna like. And like, dude, it's been a nice journey so far.
Favorite BTS era?
Yeah, 10 years. Dude, shout out Boris City Magazine for this video. It only has 141K views on this. We're definitely gonna give this one a like for sure. 141K views, it deserves a million, dude. This is crazy. It said, top comment says, new armies, remember to read the lyrics using fan translators. They are much better than your regular Genius translations. Yeah, I had the Genius translations out, and you guys were like eating me up about that. Some amazing translators include Dualset Bangtan, BTS Trans/Bangtan subs, and Malicious Ramblings. They all have websites, and the first 2 have Twitter accounts as well. Okay, good to know. Die Hard Army, but after seeing this video, I realized just how many more songs I'm still yet to listen to. The BTS truly has a discography unlike any other, so versatile, entertaining, true kings of the music industry for a reason. Dude. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Looking at that discography, just like, let me pull up Spotify. Let's just go to BTS real quick. Because I think what I would like to do is if we go through their albums from the beginning, BTS as a group. So right here, Too Cool for School, 2013, and we just cut it through, boom, and then maybe go backwards from solo projects. So we go from the past 2013 forward, and from the in 2026, whoever has the latest solo project, and we go backwards. I think we can do that. I feel like that'd be very interesting and keep things kind of fresh. But yeah, man, we're gonna get into the music. Let's get into the music. You guys made it this far into the video, man. Like, comment, share, subscribe. What did you guys think? If you guys have any tips on how I should react or what to watch next, man, put it in the comments down below. Music videos, projects, choreography, man, let me know. If you guys are here on my journey to experience and see more of this BTS content and music, man, thank you guys for joining me, and I will catch you guys on the next one in the future, Lord willing. God bless y'all. I'm Bez. Peace.